This. The Spark has the facility of MPP with in-memory computing feature. The in-memory computing feature is 100 times faster than disk computing. Got it? What is the difference between disk-based computing and in-memory based computing? The technical, purely other topic. In special, when my mood is not good, we will discuss about that definitely. So till then, when compared with the traditional disk computing process, this in-memory computing process is 100 times faster. Because of in-memory computing, the Spark is super faster. That too with MPP. What is MPP, sir? Massive parallel process. Because of these two features, the Spark is super faster. But as a developer, what I'm doing? I just design my functionality by configuring and creating data flows. Runtime, my data flows are converted into Databricks jobs. Databricks jobs will be executed by Spark cluster. Got it? Nothing. You just learn ADF to become ADF developer. Yes. But some special functionality you want to develop, which is not possible by the ADF. At that moment, Databricks developer is required. Suppose graph data is there. ADF cannot independently process it. Understood? There is a graph data. Facebook connections are called graph data. Record to record connection, that is called a graph. Got it? I am friend to you. You are friend to him. He is friend to her. Again, she is friend to me. Indirectly, we four members are four records, but record to record, there is a connection or not. That kind of connections are called graph. If data shape is graph data, the basic ADF inbuilt data flows cannot process it. At the time, Databricks developer is there. He developed that process in the notebook. Suppose you are a developer of Java, you write a program. You are a Python developer, you write a program. Same thing, Databricks developers develop notebooks. There is a special term called notebook. Whatever the notebook he has created, the notebook has to be called by ADF developer. The notebook has to be called by ADF developer. A simple for this statement, a simple thing, just please check all of you. I'm just logging into the portal. Yesterday I have seen how to create a pipeline. Once again, after completion of this theoretical part of today concept, in tomorrow I will explain again. Just I'm going to launch my ADF Studio. I'm launching the ADF Studio. This is ADF. That is Azure Data Factory. And the pencil icon, which is author icon, I can see my pipelines, my data flows. Go to the pipeline. Just I'm going to create a new pipeline. Think that here, just check it here. There is a Databricks. Already for a special functionality, Databricks developer has developed a notebook. So here, I want to call that notebook. Simply, I'm dragging that notebook here. It is asking notebook name. Already has, there is something called linked service. Once linked service is selected, it will ask me what is a notebook name. I will simply give that notebook name. Automatically, when I run this, automatically the thing will be executed. Spark coding will be there. Okay. Spark coding is written by Databricks developer in a notebook. Suppose notebook name is X1. So here I will select X1. Then I will run the pipeline. I will run this pipeline in the trigger way or in the debug way. Automatically that notebook script will be executed. But look at here, there are a lot of data flows. All these are the data flows. Look at one of the data flow. This is my data flow. Got it? No. Extract, load, and then transform. Transformation to be done by data flows. Extract, load by using pipeline core activities of ADF. In version 1 that is available, in version 2 also available. Of course, in version 2, additional activities, 1 or 2 additional activities. But transformations in version 1, what they were used to do to perform the transformations, they have to use external stuff like this. There is another way. Even you are a SQL developer, to perform these transformations, you are using even stored procedures also. To write stored procedure, first of all, you should be a developer. No. Stored procedure means SQL developer will write stored procedures. Databricks jobs will be done by Spark developer. Understand? Azure functions is developed by C# developer. To write to become expert in Azure functions, first of all, go to some X institute. I don't say that name. Learn .NET, learn C#, and then come to this. Understand? This is the problem with ADF version 1. It's a more toughest thing to perform all the complex transformations. But in ADF version 2, you people are lucky. Understand? There is a special concept introduced, data flows. No need of using previous steps. But in some special cases, I used stored procedures. Got it? What are those? Of course, stored procedure is developed by that particular developer. You just know how to call that stored procedure. Databricks is developed by Databricks developer. You should know how to call that notebook. That means you are orchestrating different services. That's why Microsoft is not saying ADF as a ETL tool. Microsoft is saying something, a special name is a data orchestration tool. Orchestration, not tool, it is saying orchestration service. Yes. At what time or what you want. At what time, what you want. Like that. Okay. Everything is, a meal is ready. Everything is arranged on your table. Whatever you want, you just take it. Just like a buffet system. On that way. Okay. So let's come back to this discussion. Data flow is one additional concept. All features of version 1 available. Additionally, you have data flows. And one more thing. Additionally, you have Power Query. Previously, Power Query is available only for MS Excel, Microsoft Excel. Nowadays, the same Power Query is available for Power BI and also for recently for ADF. Recently means, sir, don't put 2 years experience on Power Query. Power Query introduced in ADF in 4 months back only. Understand the point, sir? Data flows introduced in ADF around 2 years back only. Don't put 3.5 year experience and full 3.5 experience in data flows. Don't say like that. But unfortunately, interviewers are accepting this. Understand the point, sir? But you don't worry. Just if you go for the documentation of the Microsoft, you will get to know at what time what feature is launched. According to that, you can move. Now you can say basically, sir, because of these things, you will have different types of projects. One type of project is data migration. Data migration means what? Migrating data from on-premise systems to cloud, your cloud of Azure. This is one migration project. And also in data migration project, suppose let's talk about only data lake, sir. In data lake, you have two different versions, flavors. What are those? Gen 1 and Gen 2. Gen 1 and Gen 2. In the case of Gen 1, that is around almost 3 years. 3 years back, Gen 1. Now it's Gen 2. Microsoft has announced that by 2024, Gen 1 is going to be deprecated from Azure platform, completely removed. But your previous scripts are running based on ADLA, Azure Data Lake Analytics Service. Your transformations happened in USQL, but 2024 onwards, they will not run. Now what you have to do? Two types of migrations you need to do. Two types of migrations. One is data migration. Data migration from Gen 1 to Gen 2. That too in the Gen 1, generally in the data lake, lakhs of files will be there, not one file, two file. Lakhs of files, the organization will have lakhs of files. All the files with single shot, you have to migrate from Gen 1 to Gen 2. Okay. And second, all your transformations. Previous transformation happened in USQL. Think that your client was using ADLA for the transformations, Azure Data Lake Analytics. In that, the scripting language, USQL. All his scripts are in USQL. Now you have to migrate all these USQL scripts into data flows. This is another kind of migration project. Understood? Okay. Suppose first time your client wants to come to ADF, that means into Azure cloud, but previously he was using AWS. 4 years back only your client migrated to cloud, but not into Azure, but into AWS or Google or some other thing, other different cloud. Now he decided AWS is killing me by charging more. Now he realized, now he wants to move to Azure platform. But where is his previous data? In AWS, S3. In AWS, the storage, how you have blob storage here in Azure, same thing in Azure, sorry, in AWS, they have S3, simple storage service in S3 buckets. Now I want to migrate all the data to Azure Data Lake. That too, which is latest? Gen 2. This is another migration kind of project. In this way, different varieties of project. All these things here we are talking about in the first, second, and third. Extract and load only. Yes, extract and load only. Got it. But what about transformations? Directly, if I took the ADF version 2 to perform my next level transformations, I have data flows. Got it. Now, please come back to this Power Query. This is another feature. Another feature is added into the version 2, that is Power Query. Power Query is used for data wrangling activities, that means data preparations and data wrangling activity. What exactly the data wrangling? In coming discussions, when we step into the Power Query, we will be discussing about that. Okay, at least 5 to 6 sessions I will be taking on Power Query. It's very simple, very easy to. Before performing transformations, some prerequisite process you will be performing using Power Query. That process is called data preparation steps and data wrangling activities. Got it? So these features are available with your version 2. All of you got clarity, the difference between version 1 and version 2. Okay. I'm going to stop the comparison discussion about versions. Now, to create your pipelines, you need to understand what are all the building blocks of ADF. Okay. This discussion already available in my recording. That's why I'm stopping the recording.